Welcome in Craft and Design 3.0 for my dear guys, for my dear audience. In this video, I will describe some different and much beautiful ideas of rock art, our rock design, our beautiful rock art decoring ideas. So, my dear guys, when we talk about rock art, beautiful rock art, then different question arise in our mind like how do you describe rock art? Or what is the importance of rock art, or what is the different type of rock art, or what is the uniqueness of rock painting? My dear guys, most simply put, rock art is artwork done on natural rock surfaces. This means it can be found on the sides or walls of caves, cliffs, sheer standing rocks, and also a boulder. So, importance when we talk about these rock art gives us information about the human past and the richness of human culture, which is not available from any other sources. Reflect in a very direct way the emergencies and flourishing of the human imagination. It provide information about the nexus between human culture and the natural environment. So, if we talk about types of rock art, then rock art includes pictograph, drawing or painting, petroglyph, carving or inscription, engraving, incised, motifs, and petroforms, rock laid out in patterns and geoglyphs, ground drawings. So, if we talk about rock descriptive part, to my dear guys, to geologists, rock is a natural substance is composed of solid crystals. A natural substances of composed of solid crystals of different minerals that have been fused together into a solid lump. The minerals may or may not have been formed at the same time. So the rock art also provide as insight into Beninich and Mogai culture by showing objects, animal, and activities familiar to people today. There are also many archaeological sites in Kakadu that reflect how Beninich Mogai have managed the country over thousands of years. So, what techniques are used in rock art? My dear guys, it can be a different techniques for making different art. Three techniques are generally used to remove the rock surface: incising, engraving lines are cut into the rock with a sharp tool, packing, hammering, and chipping away at the rock surface and scraping. So, rock faces were sometimes prepared by scraping, allowing for an improved surface on which to inscribe the image. So, Australian rock art has been dated to around 30,000 years ago, although there are possibly much older sites on the continent. We don't have the data art, but we have found the tools that were used to make the art. So, what tools were used in rock art for deeper carved motifs? Other techniques and types of tools are required. Typically, a hammerstone to remove a piece of the surface by packing or pounding, direct percussion, a chisel struck using another tool to remove a fragment of the surface, indirect percussion, or a sharp tool on which strong pressure is. So, what are the characteristics of rock art? My dear guys, cave painting, it is also first group. We participate in four main groups for characteristics of rock art. Cave painting also, and petroglyphs, which are carved or scratched into the rock surface. Sculpted rock relief and geoglyphs which are found on the ground, and so on. So main purpose of rock art, all culture on us use picture to tell stories from the time they arrived in Australia. First Nation people used artwork in scared and public places to record their stories. First Nations peoples continues to pass down knowledge about rock art today. So pigment are used in rock art. The most notable thing about cave art is that the predominant color used are black, often from charcoal soot or manganese oxide, yellow ochre, often from limonite, red ochre, and hematite or baked limonite, and white kaolin clay, burnt shells, calcite, powder gypsum or powder calcium carbonate. So how can we protect our rock art by painting? By the use of painting, we can make different rock art. So what are the characteristics of artwork? Artwork rock often feature complicated and frequent rhythm changes, imaginative lyrics, including socio-political or science fiction theme, and unified extended composition, often in the form of concept album. And color is used in rock painting. My dear guys, the best way to paint rock is to use a thin brush uh, and acrylic paint. Acrylic paint will dry quick, and after a few minutes, a new coat can be applied over the previous one. You will definitely need a thin brush for painting small detail. Large brushes are required only when working with large rock. So, different cave painting, and different other artwork, which is it can be when question arise in my dear guys, how many rock art are there? It has been estimated, my dear guys, that there are more than 50 million surviving rock art. So our very remote ancestor may have made art objects at an extremely early date, possibly over 7 lakh years ago. So what are the two main types of art? There are two types of rock art, petroglyphs and pictographs. Petroglyphs are packed, ground, or scratched into the rock surface. Petro is Greek for rock, and glyph means drawing. Many petroglyphs are found on rock varnish, different right away. So, drawing on rocks called what is petroglyphs, rock carving, rock painting are called pictograph, made by packing directly on the rock surface using a stone, chisel, and a hammer stone. So, my dear guys, I think that my video and my these idea inspired you much, and if inspired, then subscribe my channel. Thank you very much.